of June 2018. And we just got joined in the studio by the lion himself. I call him the lion himself. You were listening to that song and you had no idea he was into building. Daddy, we know you very much, but then I want for you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Bright Chimezie. People call me the Duke of African Music.
And there's another one again, Zigima.
Yes, they call me Zigima.
Yeah.
You know, I do things zigmatically.
Zigmatically. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Now, last year was sold out. I know I was there. I was a part of. We did it together. And
sure.
But then before I get to it, what brings you to Enugu today?
Yes, still the same High Life Festival. You know. You know, Life Continental has done noble in terms of telling we the Easterners that we shouldn't lose hope about High Life
music.
So the whole thing took off last year, and this year again we are here. We've been about several locations in the East here trying to get out the best people that can do High Life.
And last year we had Chimezie.
Sure, right? We had Chimezie.
Do we have people that are better than Chimezie this
year? This year they are tough guys. You know, I've been going through them. I've been mentoring them. I've been, zigmatically touching them.
That's great.
I think the people should expect something better. Even though Chimezie is a good artist,
yes,
but this year we're going to have somebody much better.
All right. Now, what's the objective of the High Life Fest?
The objective is to you see in Igbo land here, High Life has been our culture. At a point, it looked as if it's going extinct because of the new variations,
the pop music,
and people started doing music with computers and stuff like that. So, but since last year, there's a kind of how do I put it? Rejuvenation. High Life is revived. Based on what I've seen, personally, from the locations we've gone to, you see young boys wanting to do this High Life music in the real original form. I think that is the main objective, to revive High Life music in the eastern part of the country.
Nice. So how can you measure the progress from last year's High Life Fest and this year's High Life Fest?
Yes, in terms of crowd, I remember when we started, the kind of crowd we are having now is completely different from what we had last year. I think last year was a kind of experimental kind of stage. So, but this year, last year we went to few locations.
Yes.
But this year we went to several locations. We even touched up to Ebonyi State. So it's very, very tremendous. It's tremendous.
All right. So with all of these things happening, where do you see High Life in the nearest future? Because I remember at some point you said pop music came and it was like it was going to take over. But now with the High Life Fest coming up, where do you see High Life?
No. High Life has come to stay. I remember I told one newspaper, I said, High Life has become a part of our culture. You see, here in the eastern part of the country, no social function is complete without High Life music.
True.
It's part of our culture. The only thing, we didn't give it much publicity. So I think with what is happening now, High Life is receiving so much publicity. People are having interest, especially these young guys. They want to play High Life. Most of them want to play the brand Bright Chimezie plays. Some of them want to do the one Osadebe did in the past and stuff like that. So there's total awareness about High Life. And in the next couple of years, you hear them. G-Bass is already in the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's going to come out with something great.
Interesting.
See, the one we're going to crown this year, very soon after the crowning, he will be entering into the studio, and I'm sure he's going to come out with authentic High Life. Chimezie is in the studio working on authentic High Life, playing it live, just the way we do it up to today. You move straight into the studio, you do it live. So that is it. That's the essence. Thank you very much.
I wanted to ask this. This year you're performing too.
Sure.
You're one of those that will be on the stage.
Sure.
Let me put it this way. What are we Zigmatically going to see?
See, yeah. Because last year your performance was explosive, and I'm sure this year will be better.
You see, one thing I do, I keep on authenticating my zigmaticality. So tomorrow I am still going to stand on that protocol. For years now we've been doing it. It's part of our system. It's part of us. And one fresh thing about tomorrow is I am going to do a new song. You know, I have a fresh.
Yes,
music
we've been
in my-
playing. It's amazing album.
Thank you very
yes,
much.
Amazing album.
So it's titled Truth and Justice. And I keep telling people it's only truth and justice that can extricate Nigeria from this zygomatical balobali it finds itself.
One. We are getting there. Now, based on the initiative of Nigerian Breweries, which is, of course, the sponsors of High Life Fest, how can High Life music be used to sustain the Igbo culture?
Yes, just like what they're doing now. I guess they want to be doing it yearly, according to what they told me.
Yeah.
That is a part. And I mean, sponsoring these young boys, most of them are not able to enter into studio. Like this guy and I are coming out, the guy we're going to crown by tomorrow. It's tough concept. You see, last year we had a woman in Port Harcourt, almost
The Queen.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This year there's another woman there competing against men.
Interesting.
That will tell you that, I mean, there's a lot of interest on these things. You see, once we get the new High Life King, he enters the studio. That's another way of promoting High Life music. You see, with this festival and assisting the younger ones to get into the studio, promoting them, I think that's the best.
Okay, but I also heard that this year they also have dancers.
Yes.
Wow.
They call it the complete experience. You see, it's introduced to enhance the package, not just high life singers now, but real dancers. In fact, by tomorrow we're going to unfold their name to the crowd. I'm not going to do that, but believe you me, the guys are very, very wonderful from the whole states. If you see the kind of dances coming out from Igbo land, you know that Igbo got culture.
That's the spirit. I can't wait to catch that. I heard also that Fino will be around.
Yes.
Flavour will be performing as
Yes.
well. Onyeka Owenu will be there.
For sure.
And of course, my biggest daddy, the legend, you'll be performing.
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there. After my judgment, Nchachi Ikpe, I'll go to them stage.
Correct. Please, a round of applause for that this evening.
Sorry, I wanted to ask something because from his vibe, you can see the education is there.
Yeah.
Do you have a way to communicate to upcoming ones about education and music? Do you have something to say about education and music? Because if not for the sake of education, you wouldn't be able to be this fluently on radio, sounding this way. What do you have to give to the young youth out there who wants to do music, high life music, concerning education and music?
So even they are wild mentoring, I keep telling them that talent is one thing. And Igbo man will say, you see, talent is one thing and education is another thing. I keep telling them at least there has to be some level of education. You have to know your left from your right, at least how to express yourself. And even when the cover comes, how to count it so that nobody cheats you.
That's a good one. And then when the contracts come as well.
Yes.
So,
I mean, you really, and the one thing with music, there has to be a purpose. You see, when we started in the far back, there has to be, a definite. You have to have a particular culture you're promoting. There's a lot of I don't know how to put it. So many of our musicians now, their lyrical content it bothers me a lot. You see, there has to be a direction you're coming from. Music has to ennoble. Music has to. You see, for instance, there's some music I did some 30-something years ago. So if I'm in the parlor watching the video with my daughter, I don't feel.
Oh dear.
I don't feel bad about it at all. Some of the things I said 20-something years ago or 30 years ago, I could sit back and watch the film and hear them. Like I did respect.
And you're proud.
Thank you very much. So I am not, this is what I did though, I'm afraid, because I have sons that are grown up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they have to put all these things into consideration, and education plays a very vital role in all these things. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's nice. Now, it's happening tomorrow at the Polo Park Mall.
Yes.
And do you know the time that we're supposed to be there? By 6, I think it's 6 p.m.?
Yes, from 6 p.m. I think till Okokoroko. All you have to do is to come there because it's power packed. A lot of artists are on board to stigmatize, and people should really come and support these young people. They're great talent. So it starts from 6 o'clock till past midnight.
Till past midnight. All right, if you're just tuning in, it's 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM, and we've been here with a bright Chimezie, the legend, that's what I call him. He's my big daddy in music, and he's been doing pretty well. And he's got a brand new album out, which we'll talk about probably later, not today, because will you perform from some of the songs
Yes,
on the album
I think I'll
tomorrow?
do Truth and Justice.
Truth and Justice.
And Justice.
What inspired that song, though?
Yes, it's because the situation of the country and the situation of the world generally. You see, anything we are doing without truth and justice, I don't think we're doing enough. The problem of our country today is truth and justice. Once we have truth and justice, I don't think people will be, crying about marginalization and all the rest. We need truth and just life in our system. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. And tomorrow, like I said, at the Polo Park Mall at 6 p.m., I'm gonna be there. Everybody, Fino will be there. He did a video. I saw it not too long ago. Onyeka Wenu will be here. All these top guys will be around. So Tipsy Calvano
he'll be there.
will be playing the drums for us as usual. So we all right. So we know that Fino and Onyeka, they're coming, and Tipsy Calvano will be in town as well. These are our brothers, so we'll come watch you perform. But me, I would love for you to perform like you did for me last year. Daddy, can I ask? I'm like Oliver Twist.
Okay, that's your track. You can't hold the song, right?
Yes,
You want me to do it again?
No, I want you to do another one.
Okay.
I want you to perform Police. Yeah.
Okay, you want. In the year 1974,
Hey!
I traveled to Iboma country. Oh, Alabeke, Alabeke,
Hey!
All
All right, so Daddy, you'll be performing. See, now that's the voice. It's live, and you can just feel it and enjoy it. How do you do this?
Like how, if I may ask?
Like over the years, over 30 years now, and you don't need auto-tune for your voice.
I wouldn't know. I mean, maybe my creator has
Blessed you.
Blessed me with that, and maybe I don't know, little discipline and stuff like that.
Interesting. So, do you have any final words for the listener out there, for the people you want to come out tomorrow?
Yes. Let them come and encourage high life music. Let them come and encourage high life music. You see, we started this thing off from what our fathers in music did, probably in the 40s and 50s and 60s, until we started pumping sound from the 70s till now. So these other younger guys must take over from us originally, authentically. They have to take it from the direct source and do something out of it. So people, Easterners, I know, you see, Enugu is a cosmopolitan town, you see, covers everybody. They should come out and hear authentic high life music, the way it is naturally brewed.
You heard it from the Zigmatization chairman himself. All right, is your number one radio dial. Keep it down slot. Up next, though, is One Nigeria with the Crazy Crew. My name is Jude.
My name is OBJ.
Yeah.